but it wasn't. Hey everybody, happy Saturday evening live tutorial. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well on this derby day wherever you are out there in the wilds of the internet. We will be having a derby themed sale stream at 7:30. We'll be drinking mint juleps and we will have fabulous hats. Heather and myself, and also probably Ace. And Beverly, yeah, that tutorial never actually happened because of the technical difficulties. There was so much crashing. So I need to, I'm going to record a video. Ace just wrote me a note because I asked him to. So I will record a video of that tutorial and I'll post the link to it in Discord. Because, yeah, there isn't actually, that tutorial never happened. Because there was too much crashy and smashy on the you know, computer that night. But tonight's tutorial is another fun one that involves a little bit of macrame, a little bit of knotting, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That is our braided and knotted bracelet. So let's talk real quick about what tools and supplies you need to create this particular project with me this evening. You are going to need some 3-ply waxed linen cord in the color of your choice. You're going to need how many strands of it do you need? That's a really good question. I think it's 6. I'm gonna go with 6. Yeah, so you're gonna need 6 strands of this. I'm sorry, y'all. It's Saturday, so the quality of the content on Saturday, you know, can be questionable because once again, it's been a long goddamn week here at the Beading Dreams. And I don't know the next week's going to be any better. But you're going to need 3-ply waxed linen cord. You're going to need 6 strands of it. And you're going to need about 12-ish inches per strand. It's always better, of course, to overestimate rather than underestimate, so you know you can figure 6 feet plus a little bit of extra of your wax linen cord. You're going to need beads. I'm going to be using this evening these pink amethyst large hole beads. Yes, I still am stained from my encounter with the alcohol ink. I'm stained forever. Not forever, but for a good long while, I'm probably still going to be stained. And then I stuck my finger in sticky resin, so I'm also dirty. I'm dirty and stained, y'all. I feel like this is going to be food for, or fodder for amusement on the sales stream. But you're going to need, you're going to need beads with a large hole. These are 2mm drill hole pink amethyst. I got 5 of those, and then you are going to need 2 beads for the end of your bracelet as well. And I'm just using these little metal beads for that. And as far as supplies goes, that's really all you need are going to be beads and cord. And then as far as tools go, you're going to need a sharp scissors, or in this case a wire cutter because I forgot to bring a scissors over. A macrame board is helpful but not necessary for this tutorial. You're going to need a knotting tweezers. A knotting awl, which is this delightfully stabby device, is once again helpful but not, this one's only necessary if you screw up. So if you don't screw up, you don't need the stabby thing. And you are going to need some hypo cement glue. That's GS hypo cement. That's our preferred glue for gluing fiber. And that's just going to basically be to hold your end knots together and to hold your closure knot, the ends of that, in as well. So I'm going to start by taking my linen cord, and like I said, 12-ish inches per piece, and you need 6 pieces. So I'm going to just measure a generous 12 inches, which for me is about 14 inches. And I'm going to do that 6 times. So 6 pieces at a generous 12 inches per piece. So how was everybody's Saturday? How's everybody doing? I swear, I feel like I spent my entire Saturday just like running from task to task with my hair on fire, which is pretty hilarious since we weren't even that busy here at Beading Dreams, but I had so many things that I had to get done by today that I just like, it was intense. But I'm so happy that it's mostly over now. I just have to make it through the next 4 hours or so, and then I can go collapse in bed with my cat. Yay. Exactly. Carol knows what's up. Chilling with the kitties. Chilling with the fuzzy homies. 3, 4, 5, 1 more for 6. So this is a basic 3-strand braid. So all I'm doing is I'm doubling the strands in each section of the pattern. That makes 6 strands. So this isn't anything particularly esoteric. Now if you wanted to do something fancy, like a 4-strand sinnet, good on you, but 3-strand braid is about where my brain is at tonight. So I'm going to take my 12-inch long pieces of cord, and I'm going to take my macrame board. So basically I'm going to find the middle of my cord, so that's about 6 inches or so, and then I'm going to figure, okay, so I want, for my wrist, I want a 7-inch bracelet all told. That's, you know, including the closure and everything. So basically from the center, I want to back up about 3.5 inches, and that's where I'm going to start my braid, which means I should not have put away that ruler. Alright, so 3.5 inches off of center gives me there. That's where I'm going to start my braiding. Everything good? Okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and clip that into my macrame board, and I'm going to separate this into 3 groupings of 2 strands each. So again, just a basic 3-strand braid, right? For anybody who doesn't know this, this is literally, yes, my nail is still stained from the alcohol ink and will be stained from the alcohol ink until I take it off and put another nail on. But so if you're familiar with braiding your hair, you know, braiding anything, it's just a basic 3-strand braid. If you're not familiar with a 3-strand braid, here we go with me teaching you how to do it. So you've got 3 groups of cording. You've got left, middle, and center. So what happens in a regular 3-strand braid is you're going to take the left-hand group of cording and you're going to cross it over the center group. Now your left-hand group of cording has become your center has become your left-hand group. Now you can do the same thing with your right-hand group of cording. Your right-hand group of cording crosses over your center, and once again, now that right-hand group of cording has become center, your center's become your right. So left crosses over center and becomes center, and then right crosses over center and becomes center. Now as you get better at this, of course, you're just gonna kind of start doing it. So right to center, left to center, right to center, etc. And start holding closer to your braid so you get a good amount of tension here. So when I'm figuring out how much I have to braid, I need to take into account how much space my center beads are going to take up. So it looks like what I've got on my sample bracelet is about 2 inches of braiding before I start putting on my beads. So I'm just going to keep braiding, so right over center, then left over center, right over center, left over center, etc., until I've got 2 inches of braiding here. Okay, so now that I've got about my 2 inches of braiding, I'm going to start putting on my beads. So to put on a bead, I'm going to bring all of my cords together. Okay, I'm going to bring them together here at the end, and I'm just going to kind of twist them and press on my cords. What that's going to do is it's going to kind of use the heat of my fingers to bond my wax bits to each other so that I can kind of shove all this through my, my bead. Alright, without having to put each strand through individually. Now, something that I forgot, however, is I first need to make a knot before I put on my bead. So we're going to take my bead off. We're actually going to grab my knotting tweezers. So I'm going to take all of these cords and I'm going to just wrap them around, pull them through with an overhand knot, take your tweezers and grab and just tighten down your knot. Like so. Now we're going to add our bead. And what you're going to notice now that I actually did the knot that I was supposed to do is now my bead's not going to want to fall down. Like it's stopped by my knot. So now I'm going to do another knot. Again, take everything around and through. Hold with your tweezers, pull, and then push that down towards your bead to tighten it. Okay, and I could have done a better job with tightening that, but such is life. Your second bead, string that on like so, and then again around. And I'm starting to realize that I made an error when I was telling you how much cord to cut. So Lori, time to change your notes. 14 inches is not enough for 5 beads. I'm going to do 3 beads instead of 5, but I'm going to say up that to probably 24 inches of cord to make sure you have enough, because I am 3 beads and I'm gonna just barely have enough to finish this. So again, I screwed up when I told you how much cord to cut. I said 12 to 14 inches would be enough. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Okay, I know, I lied. I didn't mean to lie to the people, but I did. So cut. I mean, everything you hear on the internet is true except when it's not. And what I said earlier was not true. So instead of 12 to 14 inches, you're gonna need 18 to 24 inches per strand to make this bracelet work. So apologies for that little mistake. Once again, all I can say is it's Saturday. It's the end of my work week. My brain only has to function for 4 more hours.
And nothing is on fire.
And nothing is on fire, which is good, because at this point, I think if there were a fire, I would probably duck and cover instead of stop, drop, and roll, because that's about the point where my brain is right now. Also, duck and cover has a song, and stop, drop, and roll, as far as I know, does not have a song. So that just goes to show your safety protocols are more likely to be remembered if they have a catchy jingle. Duck and cover. Duck, duck and cover. What are you feeling left out of? Oh, but there's a song for duck and cover. There really is.
I'm just saying I was left out of that experience.
Well, how do I know about the duck and cover song, but you don't? Okay, so this bracelet is going to be 3 beads instead of 5 because I didn't cut enough cord. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back down this first side and I'm braiding that entire length of cord. Somebody post a link to the duck and cover song so that I can prove to Heather that I'm not completely loony. Well, see, so we did duck and cover not for, you know, bomb drills, but for tornado drills.
Yeah, that's what we did before it was tornado. Duck, cover, in case you're asking why.
Okay, well, I went to a schmancy suburban school, so we did not use that last part. But yeah, everybody go out into the hallway and kneel down facing the wall and then duck down and cover the back of your neck with your hands, because that's totally going to help.
That's what we did, but we certainly didn't get to sing about it either. I know.
Okay, I don't understand why you guys don't know the song.
I believe you that you had wonderful teachers who had a song for you.
But but the thing is, I think the song actually predates all of us. I think the song was from the bomb drills phase of duck and cover.
Yeah. I mean,
Does anybody on the stream have insight into this?
I remember there being a song, but I don't remember.
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm pausing this broadcast for the sake of proving myself right.
Wow.
Is it the Bert the Turtle one?
Nope, that was time to duck and cover. The bombs are coming down.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
They didn't teach us that one.
That's not the elementary school one.
Yeah, no, this is. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, y'all are about to be treated to some Bert the Turtle Duck and Cover, released in 1952. Thank you, Lori. No, come on, just play the song. I do not have a license for this, by the way, so, you know.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. This is an official civil defense film produced in cooperation with the Federal Civil Defense Administration and in consultation with the Safety Commission of the National Education Association. Produced by Archer Productions, Incorporated.
So there you go. It is, in fact, a real thing.
The one I found with duck and cover, the bombs are coming down.
So this is what happens when we sing the song up tempo, is what you're saying. Okay, so all right, so that was a weird non sequitur. You should be used to those by now on the Beading Dream stream. Let's go ahead and finish this tutorial now. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and braided this whole side of my cord. So what I want is a 7-inch bracelet, but I need to have a little bit of extra so that I can open it up so it'll go around my wrist. So what I've braided here is about 3 inches total here. And then I'm going to go ahead and knot that off at the end. And that's just a regular overhand knot. Doesn't have to be... It's going to be really hilarious if this video gets yanked because I played Bert the Turtle from 1952.
Yes.
Okay, and so now I'm going to do the same thing with my cords on the other side of my beads. And I'm going to hope that I have enough length. So once again, this is a regular 3-strand braid. It's Bert the Turtle in the public domain. So right crosses over center, left crosses over center.
I feel like the government made up that, considering it was from the Civil Defense Act.
Well, yes.
It's
So-
probably under public domain system.
So does that mean the government is or is not coming after me right now?
No, they're not. They're
It
probably
was
just
paid
happy
for by
somebody
tax
found it.
dollars.
Probably somebody very happy with somebody under 60 knew the song.
So I'm just braiding. Because, yeah, released in 1952, that was like prime, like, the Russians are coming.
Which is a fun movie. Except right now.
Oh, Lord. It's really interesting how everything old is new again, isn't it? Or not. Alright, so now I've braided this side, and I'm going to go ahead and knot that off. Again, I promise that's alcohol ink and not the blood of my enemies. Was that convincing? I hope that was convincing. That was supposed to be convincing. Alright, and then I'm going to add my end bead onto this. So once again, if you just take all your ends and just kind of roll them in your fingers and pinch, the wax will sort of kind of meld them together. Okay, it's not Ace's blood either. Ace lost some blood today, but it was not my fault. He did it all on his own. Alright, so then I put my bead on. I'm going to tie a knot underneath my bead. This is the side where I'm very short of cord, which is why I'm using a tweezers to help me. Also, now I totally have the stupid Bert the Turtle song in my head. And I have
The other version in my head.
no one to blame for that but myself.
That's all your rebel.
I know, right? Why do I do that to myself? Okay, so this end is really short, so I'm just having a little bit of difficulty tying it. Very soon I'm going to start cursing at it. Come on, go through. So once again, this is why you should use a longer piece of cord than I did. Because this is a pain in the ass. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this on camera or off camera because I literally can't see it when it's on camera. So we are having a live merchandise sale at 7:30 p.m. tonight. We do have more new gemstone strands for you on the Beading Dreams stream. We are doing a Derby Day themed sale. That means that we will have mint juleps to drink and fancy hats upon our heads, and of course our usual fun assortment of new gemstone bead strands for you this evening. That's at 7:30 on Facebook and at twitch.tv/Beading Dream. Okay, we're gonna call that done, and we're gonna switch to the other side.
We're just not going to look at that side.
We're not gonna look at the camera that I just whacked, but I tied a knot underneath my bead. It's not the neatest knot ever on the planet, but it's gonna work. So I can go ahead and trim that off, and then I will glue that in just a minute.
That's what the camera gets for being princess.
Right? Seriously. Alright, now I'm gonna add my other bead on. This is gonna be a little bit easier because I have way more cord on this side. Yes. Once again, this is why you should use a longer piece of cord. I'm just gonna roll those between my fingers to get them to kind of stick together. And there we go. And then I'm gonna tie an overhand knot beneath this bead as well, which hopefully will go better than the other side. Hey, look at that. It's amazing when you have a sufficient amount of cord what you can actually do. Okay, and the last thing I need to do, I'm going to tighten that up and trim it off. Last thing I need to do is create my closure. So for that, I'm going to use one more piece of my linen, and I'm going to cut that at about 1 foot. That really should be enough. You're going to take your 2 ends of your bracelet and you're going to bring them so that they are parallel to each other. So the way that my bracelet looks when I'm holding it here is like so. Okay, so I've got 2 ends, 1 on each side, and this is where I'm going to make my closure. It's just gonna be a regular square knot closure. I could clip this into my bead macrame board, or I can just lay it down like that, which is what I'm going to choose to do for this particular iteration of the project. I'm going to grab my final piece of cord. I'm going to smack my camera because of course it's not a Beading Dreams project if I don't smack my camera. And I'm going to put that underneath both ends of my bracelet, and I'm going to start doing a square knot. So to do a square knot, I'm going to take my right hand cord over both of my cords, my braided cords, then I'm going to drop it over the end of, drop the left cord over the end of my right cord, and then under everything and up into that loop, and then pull it tight. And then we're going to do the same on the left side. So left cord goes over everything, right cord goes over the left cord, under everything, and up into this space right here. Alright, and then we're going to do right again. So right cord goes over everything, like so. Left cord goes over the right cord. Yeah, stay there. Over the right cord, then under everything. Up into that loop, and again pull evenly on both of your cords. And then we're back on the left side. So again, once you get better at it, it looks more like this. But the way that I taught it just a second ago is helpful when it comes to getting the actual technique down. So left square, and then right square, and then one more time left square and right square, and that should be enough for my closure. So if you're doing this closure on a piece and it's particularly heavy, like you've used, you know, not 3, not 5, but like 10 or 12 beads on it, the longer you make this closure, meaning the more knots you actually make, the more secure it's going to be, but also the more difficult it's going to be to fasten and unfasten. So that's one of those things that you kind of have to find that happy medium of when it's, you know, long enough to hold your beads, but still short enough to be a functional closure that you don't have to struggle too much with. I'm sorry, black was maybe not the best choice for color, but there's a little bit more light on that. So that is my macrame closure right there. Now I'm just going to take my cutter and I'm going to trim off the ends of my macrame cord, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply some of my hypo cement glue to the ends of my closure knots. And also to the ends of my knots at the ends of my beads. So give that about 10-15 minutes to dry, and that project is good to go. The way that macrame closure works to make your piece smaller and larger is if you pull the ends of your bracelet apart from each other, then your bracelet will get bigger so you can go over your hand. And then if you then, after it's over your hand, like so, if you then pull your beads farther apart from each other, then your bracelet will get tighter, and that will allow it to fit your hand very nicely. So thanks so much for hanging out with us this evening on our Saturday evening live tutorial stream for our braided and knotted bracelet. I'm Allison from Beading Dreams in Dallas, Texas. We are an actual brick and mortar retail bead store, and you know, we are here on Lover's Lane in Dallas. For anybody who's local, you can catch us anytime Monday through Saturday, 1 p.m. till 6 p.m. If you're not local in Dallas, you can find us on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream, with fun projects, like this one 5 times a week. We stream Wednesday through Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time, plus Thursdays at noon, and live merchandise sales every Wednesday and every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. That means that it is a live sale night tonight, and it is Derby Day, so we are going to be doing a Derby themed sale. There will be hats, there will be mint juleps, and of course there will be awesome deals on gemstone strands. So I'm going to go get ready for that. Thanks so much for everyone who joined us for the tutorial. If you're not going to join us for the sale, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you hopefully on the stream next week. We've got some fun tutorials planned for you. If you are going to join us for the sale, don't forget to make yourself a cocktail of your choice. Grab some hydration, maybe a snack. Get comfy, get cozy, and get ready to have some fun bead retail therapy in the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you watch the Beading Dream stream. So, everyone have a good one, and am I still playing music in the background of my voice? Because I never turned it off. Okay. Well, that's good. Alright, we'll see y'all back on this channel, twitch.tv/Beading Dream in half an hour, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, for our live merchandise sale. Be there or be square, and we'll see you then. Bye! Yes.
Check. Do it for the camera. Check. Take a chance like gambler. Check. Put them on a banner. Check. Hey, I been a real one since a minor. Gucci on my fiber. My bitch bad as fuck, but she don't wear designer. And she know what's up when I'm on this recliner. My chain nice as fuck, but it bite like a tiger. I pop out the cut with a scope like a sniper. She give me the suck and I dip in the Chrysler. She pulling up cause I know she a rider. I beat from the front, now she wear like a geyser. Went deep in her gut, now she call me recording. Soon as I bust, I dip out in the foreign. Call her at the club and I fuck by the morning. Left her in the dust cause that bitch super boring.